Good morning, everybody. Angela here from ElaCateDesigns, just to share another journal with you guys. This journal I am calling Enchanted. It is 6.5 by 9.5 with a 2 3/4 inch spine. It's got 4 signatures and 120 plus pages in it. It's an upcycled box that has been covered with this gorgeous fabric. Sorry about the shadows. It's kind of a minty sage green, and it's kind of like a canvasy kind of type of fabric. And the closure is just actually this fabric here is from vintage pillowcases, and it is inside teals and blues and greens and turquoise. And I really love how this journal turned out here. This is another one that has been hugely inspired by Nick the Booksmith. So I just want to say thank you to her again. It also has 3 of my flower clips in it, 6 fabric and fiber topped clips, 4 mini envelopes. There is one of my mini booklets in here, and there's over 40 tags, journaling cards, etc. The first page here is just a pocket that's been sewn. There's also a lot of sewing in this. Now, this image is actually, I have a collection of vintage postcards that I got from an antique shop, and I scanned them and then just printed the postcard backing on some colored cardstock and then inked it up and distressed them. So there's a couple of those in this journal. I've printed a lot of the ephemera on colored cardstock to coordinate with the color theme of this journal. There's also coffee and tea dyeing in here. So this is a pocket here with just a tag and some ephemera from Tsunami Rose. The tea dyeing that I did, I used, well, it's like tea combined with Kool-Aid. It's the Tazo Passion Tea, and when you use it on certain papers, it turns out more of a purpley gray color than a pink. And so I had combined that with some blue Kool-Aid, I think it was blue raspberry Kool-Aid, to get these kind of purpley bluey gray pages, to kind of coordinate with the color scheme of this journal. This is one of my flower clips here, and I did do some stamping. This is another one of those postcard images. Got some notebook paper. I did a lot of ruffle stitching on these pages. More ephemera from Tsunami Rose, and these are the fabric and fiber topped clips. I did one of the tag peekaboo pockets inspired by Nick the Booksmith, and inside of it is just a little piece of ephemera from Tsunami Rose. And she uses tea-dyed tracing paper for her peekaboo pockets. I use the parchment paper, the baking parchment paper that I use underneath my sheets when I'm coffee dyeing them or tea dyeing them, because, well, why waste them? Got some craft paper in here, graph paper. This is a large pocket with a couple of journaling cards that have been inked and topped with some ribbons. There's lots and lots of journaling space in here. This is another one of those peekaboo pockets on the tags, and I've just made some mini envelopes to coordinate with the colors that you can stash some things in. More Tsunami Rose. I did do some light stamping on some of the pages, but it's like light and distressed and easily you can write over it. This up here is another one of the flower clips and another mini envelope. Some script stamping on this one. Now on this side, these peekaboo pockets are made with the sheet protectors, the plastic sheet protectors. I have seen people do this before in mini albums and all that kind of stuff, but I had kind of forgotten about it, and then I want to say it was Holly McGee on Junk Journal Junkies that had posted something about using these in journals to create pockets so you can still see the beautiful paper behind, and that kind of reminded me of it, and I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that before. So thank you to Holly for reminding me of that. So this is just a double pocket here, and this is a little, it says happiness card certified, 10 things that make me happy, 4 things that make me ecstatic. It's a stamp that I had recently found at Tuesday Morning. So you can see all the stitching and sewing. This is an envelope, and top pocket is just a tag, and this bottom part is just some more ephemera from Tsunami Rose. And I did do my typical flowers with buttons and some fibers behind it. Sheet music, and this, it says Some Enchanted Evening, and that's kind of where I got the idea of the name of the book, was Enchanted. So there you go. Up here is an envelope that I made out of that parchment baking paper, so you can stash little things in it. Just trying to use up things that otherwise would be wasted. Some more light script stamping there. Large envelope pocket in the center signature, and inside of it's just a couple of coffee dyed index cards that I did some stamping on. And this is just another one of those. I think Paula Lemon originally was doing these little fold out journaling sheets, and it's a little vintage stamp. I honestly found this on the floor by my desk, so I don't know where the stamp came from, but I was like, hey, it matches, let's use it. It's amazing the things that can fall on the floor and you don't find them till later. So all the sewing strings and tails have been left on here, so if you decide this book is yours, you can cut them off. A lot of the ruffles will continue to fray a bit here and there as well. I will have this journal listed in my Etsy, hopefully within the next day or two. Some more stamping. This here, I have a collection of old, I don't think I'd call them vintage because I think they're from like the early 80s, maybe. They're postcards with artist images on them that you can buy at like museums and such. And I got a big collection of them. And so a couple of them I just scanned and printed that had matched the color theme of this book. And there was a lot of that blue-green in this image that I just thought was really, really pretty. I don't remember the artist. There's a couple of these in here. And I can't remember the artist. It's not like Van Gogh or anything like that. That's easy to remember. On this side is just a pocket and some more Tsunami Rose ephemera that I've printed on the colored cardstock. And you'll see quite a few of these throughout the journal. These little, I call them flower buds because it's not a full flower. It's just two little leaves and a button. And I originally saw this from Sue Olson, the innkeeper, on one of her journals, and I just absolutely loved that and thought it was darling. So scrap lifted that from her, so thank you, Sue. The other side of that envelope, so Tsunami Rose ephemera in that pocket, and this side here is just a tag with some ribbons. It just says notes up there. And this is some hand-dyed cheesecloth behind it with the blues and the greens. Some more Tsunami Rose ephemera and another tag in this large corner pocket. Some more stamping and another flower clip. This is another one of those artist images that I told you about. Another peekaboo pocket, and this is just a little festival stamp, homemade ephemera, you know. This is just a large coffee dyed index card that I've topped with some ribbons there in the corner and clipped on for extra journaling. This is a large envelope that I've made into a pocket. So in the large top pocket you have a tag, and the little pocket is just some more Tsunami Rose ephemera. And more paper. Another large pocket here with, it's got two more of those journaling cards, and then the little booklet that has been made to match the journal. Morning. And it just has blank coffee dyed and tea dyed paper throughout, just for some extra journaling. So that all goes in the pockets. And there's some script stamping on this one too. Another one of the postcard images. The other side of that envelope pocket with another tag, and as well as another tag on this side as well. And another flower with some fibers. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but the fibers are kind of, have a little glitter, a little shimmer to them. All right. And then we've got another pocket here with, it should say photo log on it, but it says photo L. I decided just to keep it in there because the stamping is a little off, but it kind of adds to the vintage flair of it. It's not really vintage, obviously, but Anywho. More blank pages for journaling. And in this pocket here, we have another tag and more Tsunami Rose Ephemera that's been printed on the colored cardstock. And another flower bud. And the last signature here, I've done the clear page protector pockets again. Some of these little flowers, I didn't add flower centers that I normally would do little flat back pearls. But because they were in the center of the page, I felt like they were just really going to get in the way of writing and journaling in the book. So I left them without flower centers. This is just another mini envelope in the pockets. This is some vintage sheet music that I've turned into a large pocket with a journaling card. And this blue lace that's on top is actually vintage lace my mother-in-law got for me. She sent me a whole box for Christmas with all these vintage laces and lots of gorgeousness. So that I added to this book here. Some more blank pages and a flip out for journaling. This is the third of the artist images I had previously mentioned. Another large pocket, and this one here has another index card and another journaling sheet, and this little ball jar is Tsunami Rose. The other side of that large pocket with another journaling card in there. Another fiber clip, and that's holding on another one of the postcard images. And in the pocket here is more Tsunami Rose Ephemera that has been printed on the colored cardstock. And then the last page, I got this another stamp from Tuesday Morning that says "To be continued" with the little finger. I just thought that was cute to put at the end of a book. And then it's got more of that hand-dyed cheesecloth. And that is the end of the book. You can see it's all been hand-stitched in. So, yes, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me for a bit and checking out my next, my completed project here. If you're interested, keep an eye on my Etsy shop. I'll hopefully have it listed here in the next day or two. And I'll have those links below. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye.